CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. Welcome back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're coming at you with 5 of the most underrated troops in Boom Beach. So these are going to be troops, these are going to be troop combos, and we might even have a bonus one at the end if I do remember it. So if you guys haven't already, appreciate it. If you throw that code CHICKEN into the shop, it does help support the channel. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more Boom Beach. Quick little warships update. We are currently sitting at global 233 with 2 days and 19 hours left, so that should be fine. Unless there's an absolutely crazy wild finish, which we are going to hold on to our hats for. But yeah, we'll get into more on Season 81 because we've already covered up to the final metas at this point. So today we're going to have some fun, and we're going to be starting off with the highly anticipated, mostly underrated, the fatties with the feathered hats that kind of look like warriors now with their squad buster skins. These are going to be heavies. And typically you would be thinking, okay, well, what's he going to put with the heavies? That's where you're wrong. I'm not putting anything with the heavies. So all heavies is actually a viable troop strategy. And you want to make sure that they're at level 28 for this. It really does make a big difference. I would say the best hero to use with this strategy is probably Battle Orders, or maybe even Iron Will. Now, this is something that you're not going to be able to use on every base. I mean, use a little bit of discretion. But all heavies absolutely works, and it can work really, really well. So let's load it up with Brick and her Iron Will. And the good thing is you can completely ignore some stuff. Like, you can completely ignore rocket launchers. They are not going to cause you any problems. Shock launchers, on the other hand, bit of an issue. So we're going to blast these out of the way nice and early. And yeah, from there on, we're only looking at using critters and shocks for the single target stuff. We can even use the battle orders to get all the heavies moving really quickly. And you can see right here that they are quite capable of working on their own and taking down lots of stuff. And the thing is with all heavies is you want to keep them together. If you let them get a little bit too spread out, then it's not going to work out super well for you. Let's go one here and then one here. Now, with this strategy, I like to do critter shocks. Because with critter shocks, you get the benefit of not only shocking the splash damage, but you also get to distract all the single target stuff, which is also going to be an issue. So let's go here. And we're going to speed this along real quick like. And we didn't get the job done there, but that base was pretty defensive. So a little bit more thought, a little bit more planning. Definitely would have taken that down. So all heavies, number 1. Number 2, this one's a bit of a throwback. But I feel like with the addition of bombers and laser rangers, the Zukas got kind of lost in the main base meta. So this is an old classic, but it still works really, really well, really effectively, and that is going to be Rifle, Zuka, and Medics. And you want about 2 boats of Medics. Now, this is even better if you have a Dr. Vitamin prototroop, but for the most part, we just have Medics, right? So this one's going to work way better with Dr. Kavan and Second Wind than anything else. So let's try the same base, might as well, and see what we can get down here. So we got the rifles, we got the Zukas, we got the Medics. Now, I like to trickle in the rifles if there's a kind of a hot landing like this one kind of is, because the biggest detriment of this troop is going to be mines. Mines and rocket launchers. So I'm going to art out the rockets that we're not going to just naturally get to. You notice when I'm arting out stuff, I'm making sure that I'm getting more gunboat energy from other buildings as well. Alright, let's go Ice Shield here. Now, the reason I left these 2 up was because we can shock them at the same time as shocking other stuff that's going to hit us. So we are getting way more value out of those shocks than if we just had to constantly shock everything that was around us. Alright, so let's go here, let's go here. And being a no GBE troop, very cost effective to land and get all of your stuff. you just get so much more value to the gunboat energy that you gain back from blowing up these buildings. Is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, let's reposition over here. We're gonna go critters down there. And looking good, looking good. Shocking the hot pot. The hot pot could be dangerous. But you can see this is pretty easy. Like, this is basically face roll status of a strategy almost. Where you can just kind of throw the troops down. And as long as you don't let them run into a hot pot, like they're at 3 times mode, you're going to be fine. You're going to be totally fine. We're actually still going to win this, even though we just let them drive right into a hot pot. We might run out of time here. Toozy, don't give us a doozy. Oh, it's going to be close. Okay, so that's rifle, zukas, and medics. Very, very good strategy. Next up, we have another old classic that I feel like really gets forgotten about a lot. Again, with the addition of mechs, with the addition of bombers and laser rangers. I feel like tanks have really been sidelined. And armored units in general. I mean, Scorchers are always going to be very good. Like, they're the beefiest troop on the main base when the heavy choppers aren't around. But man, Scorcher tank just absolutely crushes like 90% of player bases. I like to use energy drink for this one, just to match up bullet with the. We're gonna have to find somebody else. Just to match up bullet with the heavy HP of this works really well. Now, I already made a mistake. I should have thrown bullet out first, but that's totally fine because we can shock all this guy's defenses pretty much in one shot, which is great. He's got the HQ way back there. This is actually a pretty interesting base. It almost looks more like a Hammerman base, but we can 3 times mode. We can absolutely face roll this one as well, and bullet hasn't even really taken any damage yet. And we're just gonna let him kind of cruise in here. Okay, bullet doing his thing. Another energy drink over there. And you see how bullet just quickly absorbed all that single shot stuff. So yeah, very easy. We got a crystal there. Very easy strategy to use. Next up, we got another kind of wild one. Now this one's very expensive on gold, but you would be surprised at how well these blue dudes work, especially with their shocking ability. I don't even think I can land all these troops in one go, but mechs just kind of with anything. It's really, really good. Now, if you're going to use mechs with another troop, they don't really work super great with anything because they're so slow. But all mechs, kind of similar to all heavies, can get the job done. If I'm going to use mechs, and it's like a more realistic approach, I would say throw them in with bombardiers, which are also on sale right now. Just because it lightens the GB load of landing them a little bit. And I also do like to use bullet with this one just for again the extra HP. You know, you might as well stack that up as much as you can. Now with mechs, since they're so slow, what's really going to hurt them is shock mines. So if we can avoid or take out most of these shock mines and keep them moving. The thing is, they're not going to do a lot of damage, right? That's why it's nice to have a high DPS troop that stands really far back behind them. But the thing is with mechs is if they get shocked or they stop moving, they're in trouble because it takes them a while to take down the buildings, as you can see. But they have the ability to shock whatever they're shooting at. So it doesn't always matter if they're getting stunned, if they're taking heavy fire, because they can just shock everything. They just lock down these boom cannons and whatever. So it ends up working out pretty okay for them. This guy's got a lot of amped up boom cannons. So let's throw this into high flying, high times mode. And again, we just want to stop the shock party. And then look at that, guys. Very easy, very underrated. Just another face roll strategy. And my last one was going to be Noah's Ark, where we just throw everything together. I guess a couple honorable mentions. The Noah's Ark strategy does work, just bringing one of everything. Very expensive, very inefficient, but it does work. And number 2 is going to be Grens. Anything with Grens. Nobody uses Grens anymore. I feel like there's no reason to use them. There's so many better options. But Grens can absolutely crush bases still, too. There's just a lot of better options out there, so I would say they're fairly underrated as well. So that is going to be the Chickens 5 underrated troop combos in Boom Beach in 2025 / going into 2026. So yeah, you guys let me know what your favorite troop combos are right now down below in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next one. Chicken out, backpack.